days. Something tangible remains clear in mind. My head is spinning, gotta regain control.
Unread inbox messages make me ill.
If lost upon the plains outside Cetus, you may derive sustenance from mineral-dense termite trappings, which the Ostrons call Ito Da. You may also never form a consonant again, but at least you will not be dead.
Allons-y.
Who are we killing today?
Shall we begin?
You rang. There we go, I hope. Thank you for saying something. Do a rock and roll guitar riff and set everyone on fire. Do an overdrive. Kinda looks boring. Let's see. Corvex. Let's see. Mirage. What's up? Harrow. Let's see.
My day just got a whole lot better.
My day just got a whole lot better.
Who's getting splashed up?
Oi, mate. Alright. Citrine. Ember. Garuda Matata. Let's see. Lavos.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Time to crush something.
Let's copy Warframe colors. You know what? Let's actually do this. Appearance. Random color, random color, random color, random color, random color, random color. Nothing changes her hair color? There we go. I'm glad you can hear me. Random color. Random color. Why won't it, random color, random color, random color, random color. She's too trendy for her own good. I do like the blue.
A fearsome appearance.
Shut
You
up,
must strike terror
Ortis.
in your enemies.
You're not a part of this. I know I'm being a piece of shit to Ortis. I'm just being silly. Come on, give me a cool suit. Fine. Darker than night. I've always had a problem with picking out colors for these. I like that red. Maybe we can... Easter colors. Gotta throw a little purple in there. Give her white does look kind of cool. Default colors. More from there. I saw this her with significantly whiter hair. Randomize. Random. Random it. Random it. Random. 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 Okay. My Sidana. Copy Warframe colors. Copy Warframe colors. Okay. I'm like a mythical fox beast. Well, it doesn't really have much of an effect. Every time I try to leave, they just pull me right on back in. Judgments, copy Warframe colors. Sadana, copy Warframe colors. That looks a lot cooler to me. Okay. Beautiful. As for the hair, it's weird that you can't make like truly white hair. So I'm gonna give her hair just a little bit punched up. I don't see that actually doing anything. That doesn't do anything unless it's in the back. And I don't think her hair needs energy. But watch me just be outrageously wrong. Let's see how other people have done it. No. Okay, that's pretty sick. Philippe? No. Pablo? No. Okay. Okay. So, I kind of look like I work for Arasaka. But cool. Then we copy that. Copy that. Copy, 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 copy. Alright. Let's go level this wonderful woman up. Assassination event. 50,000 credits and a wolf sledge handle. Sledge handle. I don't really want to do that. Dex Furus, that. That would be a nice one. Thermal fractors. Okay. So we're gonna go to Satarne. We're gonna do Halin. Wait. Okay, just making sure it's public. Why am I using this gun? Well, it's too late to worry about that now. Don't stop making hot, DJ blow my speaker. Alrighty.
The enemy is not. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
Why am I in here alone? I think I know what I did wrong. Abort mission. I think I have it set to friends only. Because there's no reason I should have gotten that. Yeah, I sent it to friends only. Now it's public. Hello. Don't stop, bake it pop, beat DJ blow my speakers up to that. I will fight till I see the sunlight. Ow, 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 ow. Schwangle dingle.
Our position has been
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da.
cargo until reinforcements arrive.
So, I don't have a super lot of experience with Mag. She is a master of magnetism. I don't know if I've put any upgrades on her.
One more added to my dead asshole quota.
Oopsie poopsers. Okay. Yeah, I can just... Come over here. I mean, they put them in front of me like that. How was I not supposed to obliterate them? Options. Let's lower that a bit. Damn it. There we go. Okay, good, it's not as drastic.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Someone always does that. This is a prolonged battle option. By doing that immediately, like, the least I consider someone should do is 2 rounds. It's so selfish to leave the first round. So what that little special ability does is it strips the armor of everyone it hits, making everyone easier to kill. Fun on a bun. And when people die, sometimes they leave these magnetic fragments left over from their armor being torn to shreds that I can use. Oh, that's... Sometimes I have a really hard time telling one person's minion over anyone else's. It's just it's one of my biggest troubles. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Leave me alone, Beam. I've got all these bullets I'm collecting. You collect the bullets and then you throw the bullets. Which I think is pretty nice of me. Don't you dare shoot at me right now. Don't you do it. That's for sure, Mag. Don't turn your back on the cute ones. I'm never gonna turn my back on my cute ones. Polarize. Ah, you son of a bitch. Pull level 3. Don't mind if I do.
Reinforcements available.
So,
Do you choose to
I'm
leave
down.
now or continue
See?
fighting?
You gotta
Another
be chill about it.
opportunity to extract will appear soon.
I need to turn down that sensitivity. Turn. Okay.
From darkness you came, and to darkness I consign you.
So, a Warframe player recently got into a little bit of trouble. He was basically a YouTube guy. He would come up with builds and, you know, like trying to optimize your damage output, sort of, you know, so you can have the maximum amount of fun while playing your characters. A lot of Warframe content creators do that, because the game can be difficult. Like, I know I'm just sort of leisurely, like, slicing through things, but that is just because, well, a lot of my items are pretty strong. So, uh-oh. Dev is having a rough time. Anyway, they misgendered one of the characters in the game. Then when somebody like tried to correct them about it, they got weird about it. Weird about it, if you know what I'm getting at. And typically for content creators, the people who make this game like really love them because they tend to bring people into the fold through their content. If you're, you know, liked enough, they'll even make a glyph for you. Yeah, I love the power of mag now. Yes! Come so I can attack you. See, the way to stay out of YouTube trouble is to generally, well, first, number one, just don't be a piece of shit. And two, don't respond. 9 times out of 10 you can get out of certain things by just shutting the fuck up. But often, people don't shut the fuck up. Well, he had a glyph made for himself, and after that whole weird episode, the company just removed his glyph. I'm leaving because Dev keeps falling down, and it's only gonna get stronger. Okay, up to level 24. Pretty nice. Well, rank 24. Anyway, when he responded and when he got angry for being corrected on a character's thing, it made people realize, oh, you know, he's kind of always had a shitty personality. Like, he's always kind of, like, he only touches on stuff that fits a meta. And if something isn't, like, immediately overpowered, he wants nothing to do with it. Like, one of my favorite Warframes is, let me find it. 1 second, please. I've probably already passed it. Yeah, I probably did. Dogged on Inaros. Like, hardcore. Inaros is one of my favorite because of his storyline. He is a Warframe that fought to protect children until he couldn't fight anymore. The part of the quest line is you, like, learning bits about that, and the quest giver is a grown-up who was one of those kids that Inaros saved, and he just wanted to see if the original Inaros was still alive, still functioning. That's why, shut the fuck up, Ordis. That's why this guy, Barrow Katir, he has an item in his inventory that sort of is sort of a how do I say? It's items in honor of him. I don't know what the original Inaros was.
Did you miss me?
Because for some Warframes, the original sex of the person that was... I've said too much already. But anyway, let me find a cool gun to shoot for you. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. Yeah, well, let's do that. And I don't want the Canter. I want double pistol. Zakti, Vasto, Vista, Boosta. Gotta be a Boosta. Sure, we'll go twin gremlins. Okay. For some players, all this game is about the meta, but there is a rich, cool storyline in there. A tale of countless heroes doing their best against an unimaginably powerful series of foes. The Orican Empire are basically just humans, but they're humans who have reached the pinnacle of technology. They can rearrange your genes. They can cure any disease they want to the biggest extent. They've reached the top, and now they're bored. So they did a lot of dumb things because they had too much power and too much time. Then there's the sentient. They are one of those mistakes. The sentient are machines that can adapt and grow. They were sent sort of to terraform an alternate reality when they gained sentience and realized if they brought humans over to this universe, they were gonna ruin it like the current universe. So they were like, yeah, we can't let that happen. Yeah, kill them all? Kill them all. Yeah, kill them all? We're all good for that? Kill them all. So every single problem in this Warframe universe goes all the way back to humans and the like the Orican Empire is just a human empire. They look weird now because, you know, they can modify their bodies all they want, but they're still humans. They're just not humane. Let's do this again. So, I went from transgender politics to lore, which is fun. Strip the armor. Be the armor. Oh.
Extraction is ready. Unlock
Hey, that was Ugold, the guy who just fucking left.
Fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Sorry.
Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So what, I'll actually have to look at her ability. Anywho, the Orcans created all the problems. Then the Sentients decided to come over here. The thing about it is, while the Sentient have the ability to create more of themselves, they lose that ability when they come back. Because they travel through the void. The void between our reality and the reality they're trying to protect from us is basically this Cthulhu dimension where logic doesn't matter. In said quasi-dimension, there's an entity in there called the Man on the Wall. He's a weirdo. Anyway, by transporting back, they lose the ability to make more of themselves. So they're basically, you know, the ones that go over are giving up their ability to ever propagate.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue
And
to
they
fight.
do,
You will be rewarded for your
because
bravery.
it is that important to them that we don't fuck everything else up in the universe. Now, why aren't we playing as them then? Well, because not everyone in the Orokin Empire was bad, but they assume that all humans are bad. And for that reason, they're gonna genocide a universe. So when when the Orcan realized they might not win the battle, they made a decision. It was like, you know what? We're gonna fix this. We're gonna make this right. So they made the Warframes. Then the Warframes realized, you know, well, first is let me say it in order. So they made the Warframes to fight the Sentients. The thing is, the process in which they made Warframes then turned said Warframes insane, as their bodies and minds weren't compatible, so they were in a constant state of pain. Okay, so that didn't work. They decide, okay, let's make a bunch of ships and escape. Let's leave the rest of humanity behind. Let's get out of here. We've got the technology, we've got the ships. Well, technically, no. So their first plan. Let me tell things in order. Oricans created a world where there was no disease if you could afford it, no hunger if you could afford it, no need to age if you could afford it. They created 3 factions. I'm down. They created sorry, when I hear stuff, brain immediately loses cohesion. So, because enough people were living, and because no other society was really welcome under the veil of the Orcan, like, there were no other nations after the Orcan took power. Every single continent, every nation just fell under the umbrella of the Orcan Empire. Inside of that empire, there were factions that would eventually become their whole thing, their whole own thing. Factions. There's the Grenier. These are the original fighting forces that the Orcan used to, maintain order. They are effectively clones of clones of clones of clones of clones. In fact, they've required cloning so much that they no longer have the ability to reproduce normally. Their bodies adapted to the fact that that was now the process. So, the Grenier we have today are so genetically similar. Ordis, shut the fuck up! I know it's weird to fucking constantly harp on Ordis, but Okay, son of a bitch. I keep pressing a button. Anyway. They are so genetically similar that they are just sort of, no, stop it. That they are just sort of falling apart. Let me get one that with whose face you can actually see. But yeah, their skin is molting. They've become deranged. It's not a good time. Then we got the corpus. They're the business side of things. They're capitalism. They hang people up like products in a store and only activate you when you're deemed useful, or keep you alive constantly if you have the mentality to make money. It's all about money. Your worth is your worth. The infestation, that's difficult to get into without shenanigans. Corpus, Grenier. Oh, there's another one. Murmur, Scaldra, Tekra. Corpus, Grenier, and the infected. Okay. So, anyway. There was overpopulation and resources were dwindling. So they decided, let's find someplace else that we can utilize. They started sending ships out into space to try and either fix the problem or escape the problem. They eventually found a sort of second type of space, an in-between space in where they could travel further distances in shorter times. In fact, it gave the ability to travel to alternate universes. Once they found this out, they immediately tried to send a sort of population vessel out. It's called the Zeraman 10-0. When the Zeraman went through the void, it didn't come back for maybe a decade or more. What had happened was, when they were traveling through the void, all of the adults went insane and started desperately trying to kill all of the children on the ship. The children were changed too, but they retained their sanity. At least the ones that survived their parents, attempting to murder them. They realized anybody who goes through the void is gonna go insane if, they're an adult, I guess. Well, we can't have that. I mean, we've got the ability to basically take all of space and, use it for humanity's sake. How could we not? They made the sentience, they went out, they realized, oh shit, I can think. Humans are bad, kill all humans. They come back as an attacking force. Originally, the sentients did okay. But that's the problem with creating a perfect adapting machine, it eventually perfectly adapted to all of their stuff. So, they used some of a fungus that had come from the void. It was this special stuff. Eventually they tried infecting people in different ways to try to fix the problem. Eventually, none of them really worked super well, except for one. Anywho, eventually they decided, okay, that's not gonna work. Infected don't go where ordered. They attack haphazardly. So they created the Warframes. But like I said before, the Warframes, upon awakening, were immediately driven insane by the near constant pain of existing. Okay, so they had these broken children that were touched by the void, and these broken biomechanical machines. So we got psychic children and biomechanical machines. So they put peanut butter and jelly together, and that's what current Warframes are. It's the Warframe typically fighting, but the child, the Tenno, named after the Zariman Tenno, is basically stopping it from feeling the pain. I'd like to show you that cutscene eventually. Well, the Orcan Empire, you know, kind of treated them like dogs. When just sending them around, getting them killed. Eventually, the Lotus had enough. And she turned the Warframes on the Orcan. She basically released them from their service so that they could choose whether or not to stick with the people who have either been mistreating them or getting them killed for who knows how long. So the Orcan Empire collapses. Time passes. The Warframes go away. The Tenno, they go away. And those factions sort of build. The Grineer, the capitalists, and the infected. Unknown how long this takes. Eventually, the universe is too dangerous, so the Lotus reawakens the Warframes and reawakens the children. And gives them a war to fight. And then a bunch of other hijinks happen along the way. Yeah. Let me see if I can do one of the old quests for you. A tortured vision sends the operator on the hunt for a Warframe unlike any other. I think it's the War Within. What's the cinematic? I'm afraid, sister, your continuity grows near. Hush, worm. Let the beasts do their work. But the dreamers have awakened. They will come for us. Yes, they will. Like the answer to a prayer. Chains of Harrow. Apostasy Prologue. A New War. I want to do the one where you get to see Paradox continues. Yeah, I'll figure that out at another point in time. Okay. Anyway. So now we fight to, save this world from its inhabitants. This universe from its inhabitants. We fight the Orc, who they're not as big as they used to be, but bits and pieces of them are still around. It's a struggle. But yeah, I'm gonna stop for now. I love you so very much.